Welcome to restorative and meditation today. Grab, you can, if you have bolsters and things like that, grab those. If you have pillows, just grab several pillows. You can grab blocks, just anything that can help you build support for yourself. And that's what you want to do is create the conditions for feeling as supported as possible. And then find yourself a seat. You can close your eyes or just soften your gaze, something that allows your attention to turn from whatever is out in front of you to whatever is inside. Bring your attention to your breath. I think of the idea behind a restorative practice as a practice to down-regulate the autonomic nervous system. So to kind of balance out and let us really experience what it's like to go opposite of fight or flight. To really be with and feel what it's like to be still, to settle, to ground, to be supported. So I think of it as an opportunity to restore a baseline for our autonomic nervous system. I think it can also be a practice to restore a sense of perspective, or to restore a sense of connection to the universe, to spirit, to the God of your understanding. It can be an opportunity to restore your energy. Be an opportunity to restore your sense of presence in a world that asks us to be a lot of places at one time. And so if any one of those purposes for practice in this moment resonated with you, hold that in your mind's eye. Let that be your intention. And very gently, very slowly, begin to move with your breath into a seated cat and cow as you exhale, rounding your spine back behind you. Let your chin fall. And as you inhale, pull your heart forward, draw your shoulders back, let your chin lift. And just like that, with your breath. You can do a few more like this, or you can start moving this in a circular direction, kind of taking your torso to one side, then back, then to the other side, and then forward. So it's like a cat-cow with a circular bend. And go the other direction. And find your way to center. Inhale, take your shoulders up towards your ears. Hold. Exhale, release, and blow out. Let your exhale finish all the way. And then do that 2 more times. Stretch your legs out straight. You just massage your kneecaps for a moment. And then we'll take props here. And you can do this in one of 2 ways. We're gonna lie back with a heart opener. And so I say 2 ways. There are a lot of ways that you could do it. I'm gonna place mine sideways like this. And what that's going to do is I'm gonna try and get it in my upper back, and then my head comes down. And what I want is to feel like I'm getting a heart opener, and I can place my arms however it feels nice to me. But what I don't want is to have my neck cranked back, or to feel like I can't breathe, or to be in a lot of pain where I couldn't stay. So you could also make sure that you have a head support behind you when you lay over your roll. Or you could also turn your situation and put it under you long ways so that your head is fully supported. You could even put more support under your head if you need to. So heart opener, but restorative. So we want to be comfortable enough that we can settle. And you could do constructive rest with your feet slightly apart, or maybe shoulder distance apart and your knees in touching. Or you could stretch your legs out toward the corners of your mat like Shavasana. You could do feet together, knees apart. Then tune into your breath once more. When we practice a restorative type of yoga, I think of it as like an entire practice of resting in presence. So I'm noticing any inclination my mind has to wander. And I'm bringing my attention not only to my breath, but to that which is supporting me. So feel into the ground beneath you. Feel every part of you that's touching the ground or touching your prop. Little by little, see if you can feel like you're sinking, like you're getting heavier, like there's more pressure between you and your support because you're letting go. So much that the ground is taking more of your weight. As you settle more and more downward, notice your breath. Check in once more with your mind, with your breath. If it's wandered off, gently guide it back. And very slowly, if your legs are outstretched, maybe slide one leg, foot to floor, and slowly roll to one side. And gently press yourself up just a little bit. And taking your props, turn them. If they're not already facing long ways, you can turn them. And everybody likes a different amount of support for this kind of prone twist. I like more support, so I'm going to make my little top layer thicker. Make do with what I've got here. And so whatever the side that you're sitting onto is, see if you can get more onto that side. And then lift and lengthen your belly up and over your supports to where you can get your chest down. You can turn your head in either direction. You can also make your support only go under your chest so that your forehead can come down. So you have some options here. Find whatever is going to allow you to be most settled. And if you want to stretch your legs out, you can stretch your bottom leg kind of 90 degrees to your torso. And then your top leg could stretch back, but I like to just sort of relax my knee down to the ground. You could also have both knees bent and stacked. And now reorient to the ground beneath you, to the support beneath you. See if when you breathe in, you can relax your belly and allow it to expand into your support. And when you breathe out, you can allow it to soften. then check back in. Notice where your mind is. Notice your breath. Slowly and gently make your way up and switch sides. As you bring your opposite hip down, once again, see if you can really get to the outside edge of that bottom leg. And take your belly up and over your supports. Find a restorative place for your legs. Find a place where you can settle. The rest of your body. And then bring your attention back to your breath. Notice how it feels to be breathing when your belly is supported, or when your belly has a boundary, depending on how it feels to you. Notice how that changes your breath. And see if you can use that feedback to continuously smooth your breath as it goes in and out. Letting especially your exhales be slow. Slow and smooth. Check in once more with where your mind is located. Notice your breath. And slowly, kindly press yourself up. And find your way into a seat for meditation. If sitting on the floor is not going to work, you can sit in a chair. You can even lie down. See if you can maintain that sense of settling toward that which supports you. So that even as you shift your position, that thread of grounding and of presence continues. You're welcome to stay just as you are. Gently, lightly alternating between this noticing of your breath and your awareness of the ground. Or you might add an anuloma viloma breath, which is an alternate nostril breathing. And if you want to do this, this is a nervous system down regulator. And so if you're using your right hand, your thumb would be toward your right nostril, and your ring and pinky finger would be toward your left nostril, and it'll be opposite if you're left-handed. And so when you take a slow inhale, keep both nostrils open. As you exhale, close off the right side, the thumb side, I guess, and exhale slowly. Let your exhale complete. Then close both nostrils for just a moment before you open the thumb side and breathe in. When you get to the top of your inhale, close both nostrils, pause, and then open the ring and pinky finger side and exhale. The end of your exhale, close both nostrils, pause, open the thumb side, breathe in. At the top, close both nostrils, pause. Open the ring and pinky finger side, breathe out. And continue in this pattern for as long as it feels useful to you. If you're practicing alternate nostril breath, finish the round that you're on. And release your hand and breathe gently in and out through your nose. Notice if your breath feels any different. If your sense of contact with the ground, your sense of settling feels any different or not. You're welcome to stay where you are if you're feeling very comfortable. Or you might slowly make your way first to your side and then to your back. If it would feel nice to do supported bridge for just a few breaths, you can lift your hips and bring your support underneath a part of your back that's below that inward curve of your low back. And then maybe here you drop your knees in toward one another, like constructive rest. And feel that support of your prop, or if you're not, lifting your hips off the ground up against your sacrum, a part of your back that is below the curve of your low back. You have some parasympathetic, some rest and digest nervous system fibers, nerve endings that live in this area. So really allow it to sink in into the pressure of the support. You can stay right where you are. Or if it would feel nice to draw your knees toward your chest, you can do so one at a time or both at the same time. And as you lower your feet, maybe you lift your hips and you can just push your supports down toward your knees so that as you stretch your legs out and let your feet fall open for Shavasana, your knees are supported by your props. You can also totally remove that support or rest in any other place that feels settling to your nervous system. Hands can be on your torso, or you can let your palms fall open. Even here, as your breath moves quietly, gently, in and out through your nose. Can it be smooth and slow? And if you're resting well and you'd like to stay longer, please do so. As you're ready, very gently begin to make your way first to one side and then up to sitting. May we allow ourselves to explore, to reimagine what stillness and rest might offer us.